What's up, guys? Sergeant Blake is back again for my Saturday news day. Not a lot is going on, so I'm going to take this time to mention that I'm sorry that the Saturday videos have been coming around pretty late. So from what I'm going to do now, what I'm going to say is that from now on, Saturday videos just come whenever. Tuesdays and Thursday videos will for sure be up online before 6 p.m. here on the West Coast. First thing we have on the news list is this PSP2 in 2010. Now, I'm not sure what a PSP2 is, or what it's even going to look like, but people are speculating that it'll be up in 2010, and this whole article that I've linked to is completely in tech speak. It's talking about all the different graphics and hardware that go into making the PSPs and whatever's going to go into this next one. So if you understand that type of thing and you're interested in the PSP2, then definitely go check it out. Next, we've got Uncharted 2. Now, basically, this is probably the last bit of Uncharted 2 news that we're going to hear for a while, at least until the DLC comes out. And what this one says is that it sold 300,000 units on day one here in well, I said the U.S. when I wrote it down, but apparently it's might just be in America, so that might include Canada, Mexico, South America, and all those places. So 300,000 units is still pretty good. I'm pretty excited. I'm happy about this, and it's not even the holiday season yet, or at least it's not very close to the holiday season yet, which is when video game sales usually go really far up. Next on the news, we've got Modern Warfare 2 co-op-ish missions. Now, I say this just because the person from Infinity Ward came out and said, we've got co-op planned, but we're not going to do it in the story mode. We don't want to sacrifice the quality of the story mode. So what they decided to do is they added a new mode called Special Ops, where you and your friend go and you play online or you play offline. I don't know how it works yet, but basically what you do is you go, you and your other friend, or maybe it's multiple people, I'm not sure, and there's different types of matches, not matches, but different types of missions. One they specified is like a snowmobile race down a mountain. The other one is like some other ones. They gave examples, not really specific details, but it could be something like where you pick the type of weapons that you get, and then you go around, you kill your enemies, or you take them out a certain way. So I'm definitely interested to see how it turns out. It's kind of too bad that I won't be buying the game because I don't support Activision. But I do say good job, Infinity Ward, for creating something like that. So next we've got an interview. Oh no! After that we've got Insomniac Games and Sony Treble. Now basically, I only put that up there because of just to remember what the article's about. But basically, it's a simple article about a lot of the times Insomniac's games don't get hyped up as much as they should, and Sony kind of ignores them. A great example of this is when Resistance 1 was getting hyped up, and then Sony came out and they released the pre-rendered footage of Killzone and all this other stuff that ended up kind of being bullshit because Killzone didn't come out for another 2 or 3 years. The only time that Resistance really got to shine was when it actually got released and all the other games got pushed back. But and it goes on to give examples. Ratchet and Clank after that didn't really get much play because of Little Big Planet. Resistance 2 got overshadowed again by Killzone. And I do see the problems with this, but I think that it's mentioned in the article, and it actually brings up a good point that they bring up. Insomniac makes great games every year after year after year, and it's very rare that you see that they make a good game, with so little time in between the last one. But a good reason for this is, a good example of why they're not hyped as much is because if Sony hyped up Insomniac and their game every year, it would be unfair because it's just, they're always making something great. So, it makes perfect sense to me that they don't get hyped up as much, but I'd like to say that Insomniac has never made a game that I was not happy with. I think that I loved Insomniac games ever since I was really little. So next we've got a Heavy Rain new video. I don't know who did it, I forgot already, but I think somebody from the company, Quantic Dream, came out and he started talking about some of the ways that Heavy Rain is going to work and how it's going to play out for the story and all this other stuff. He talks about it in such a way that I'm actually very intrigued. I'm still not sure whether or not I'm going to buy the game, but it definitely looks like a maybe. And it looks like as more information comes out, I will definitely become more interested. After that, we have an Evan Wells interview. Evan Wells is the co-president of Naughty Dog, so he knows what he's doing. This interview is done really well. The questions are asked pretty good, except for 2 or 3 of them are very black and white, like PlayStation versus Xbox, or cutscenes versus no cutscenes in video games. And Evan Wells even answers those questions very, you can't really say correctly, but he answers them very well. The interview is just something that you should definitely check out. Next, we've got Borderlands DLC and how it's already in production, or it's already being planned. They have a name for it. It's called The Zombie Island of Dr. Ned. And, it's already being planned. Borderlands has already gone gold, so it's already a final product, and it's being manufactured and mass-produced. So I feel kind of weird about this one, because this kind of says that this was content that was supposed to be in the game already, and they just cut it out and decided to add it as DLC. And I've talked about this before, and I don't really support it like that. I do support DLC when it's something that's brand new, that's been thought up, and has been very well thought out. If it's just something that's been cut from the original game, I kind of get angry about it. But I'm at a split here. I'm at a crossroads because I do plan on buying Borderlands, and I think it's going to be great. I love zombies, so that's one reason to buy the DLC. But I just don't appreciate when game developers do this. So let's hope that it turns out to be something that gets worked on a little bit longer, and maybe even pushed back, because I don't mind if the DLC gets pushed back a little bit. Next, we've got PS3 Slim 250 gigabyte hard drive for $350. Now, there have been new PS3 bundles and all this other stuff coming out for the UK, but not for here in America. And this is the first one that we've gotten with the 250 gigabyte hard drive. And for $350 is not that bad. I'd like to point out that you can upgrade your hard drive with whatever PlayStation that you have, but I wouldn't suggest it because everything I've read involves people's hard drives crapping out on them 3 or 4 months after they've done that. So, it's all up to you, but I'd go with the extra $50 for the 250 gigabytes. It's coming out November 3rd, so if you're interested, you don't already have a PlayStation, go ahead and pick that up. And finally, we have an infamous movie. IMDb, the International Movie Database, has it in there on one of their pages that Infamous is in production by Sony Pictures. They're looking for producers, and or they're just looking for producers, AV and Ari Arad, who did Spider-Man. I think one of them did Spider-Man, one of them worked on the score or something. I don't know how it worked, but one of them definitely did the original Spider-Man with Sam Raimi. And I'm interested to see how it turns out, because I loved Infamous as a game. I don't like video game movies. I think that the best video game movie so far has been Hitman. A lot of people argue that it sucked, but I think that was a pretty kick-ass movie because it stayed so close to what the game was actually like. But away from that, video game movies usually stink really bad, and I'm hoping that this one, if it turns out is true, turns out to be phenomenal as the game was, because it was just that great. However, I am kind of sick of hearing and seeing about superhero video games or movies, so let's hope that it turns out to be something new and unique and all this other stuff. But that's it for the news. Not a lot's been going on. Everybody's been playing Uncharted. I think that's why nothing's happening. So, that's it. I'll see you Tuesday, maybe. Thursday, definitely. See you guys. Bye.